As you can see my all right. So um the project that we're going to be working on is a project that is ongoing. However, I want to have you guys do the real BA work behind what we have done or what we are doing. All right. So it's going to be everything from the requirements, the scoping, writing the requirements, moving it to design. So we have this product called Speakeet. Um, like I said, it's already ongoing. In fact, sometime this week, I posted something around tutor registration for tutors to come in and start registering. So the idea is that the tutors will register and they can teach up to three African languages, right? They can teach up to three African languages. They can teach this um, so once we have these tutors, they'll be able to do live sessions with people that want to learn African languages. They'll be able to do live sessions. They'll be able to set up boot camps, maybe 4 weeks boot camp, 5 weeks boot camp, and things like that. So people will be able to, have these interactive live sessions. So let me give you the background of Speak It. Speak It is more like um, we started Speak It as a Duolingo for African languages. For those of you who know Duolingo, Duolingo is an interactive application where you can learn African languages. So we started it as an interactive platform like this one, and we started building it out until we ran into some issues where, number one, API to listen to African languages like this. We were able to overcome that problem, and we moved on to being able to um, get at least APIs for about 9 languages. And but we are still looking for someone to be able to build certain curriculums that can fit these lessons. So while we are doing that, we don't want to wait. We want to move to another level where we can get people to do live sessions. So while we are still planning the interactive, gamified version of the app, instead of us waiting till everything is perfect, we want to be able to build a live interactive version of the same application. So basically, the same way you're coming for a boot camp like this, you can also have a boot camp for language. You can have a summer camp for language. You can have, one-on-one tutorship, okay, and mentorship for languages, right? You want to travel to Senegal. You want to quickly learn one or two things, or the language so that you can interact with people in, the Senegalese. You can quickly come on this platform, book a session with a tutor and get it all done. So Speak It 1.1 is not a problem. It's more of an opportunity. So we are expanding Speak It to live learning. We are doing a live learning expansion. So Speak It is a web application that helps users learn African languages through interactive self-paced lessons. That is the one I showed you. However, in the version 1.1, what we're doing is we're expanding beyond that self-paced learning into live immersive learning experiences. This update introduces live classes with tutors, tutor booking. So everything that has to do with the booking up till when they get a receipt and confirmation, all of that will be part of this. Structured boot camps, summer language camp for kids. In fact, this has to happen immediately, like the summer camp, because summer is already here. So in the next 1 or 2 weeks, I want to be able to see requirements for the summer camp, how they can register and get the design up and get that built. So in your roadmap of things and your prioritization of things, summer camp has to be on the top of the list because summer is already here. So we need to be able to get people to register for summer camp. All right. So offering users a richer, more personal and structured path to language fluency. What are the project objectives? We want to be able to launch a live class, like live session led by native speaking tutors, and we can enable one-on-one tutor booking. We want to introduce summer camp program tailored for children aged 6 to 14. We want to be able to offer boot camps for accelerated adult learning with targeted language goals. Who are the target users? Adult learners, parents looking to engaging educational summer activities for their kids, schools and language institutions seeking group booking for boot camps. Well, this one, not really. I will not really focus on this for now. All right. So let me just highlight that. I will not really focus on this for now. Casual learners desiring occasional one-on-one tutor support. So basically, you're going to do everything leading to the eventual build of this platform. All right. Now, typically our project phases is divided into four. We have four project phases. Let me quickly give me a minute. We have four project phases. Let me quickly show you that in another presentation. This is meant to be a very quick one, and then I'll answer your questions, and then I'll go from there. So typically, we go through four distinct phases, which is the SDLC. The immersion and the vision is more like your planning phase where you come up with like the scope or high level requirements, and then you move on to conceive and design where we are breaking down the scope into smaller requirements like brainstorming the features, and then we can prioritize those features. We can put down the details of the detailed requirements and then move it to design. And then from there, and you can talk about these things in your interview, right? Like we follow a very our own design, our product approach, immersion and vision, conceive and design, development and testing, and then evaluate and iterate. So once you have that, we move your requirements to design. And then once the design is up, we can then go into development and testing. So that's what we have here. So we are looking for a situation where this can be done and wrapped up in 9 weeks. And then in the 10th week, you guys will do a presentation. Okay. A presentation of everything that you've done. How will you talk about your project? Are you able to talk about everything you did from the beginning to the end? Are you able to talk about every single step, what you were working on from the beginning to the end? So that's what we're going to conclude in week 10. So within week 1 and week 3, I want us to be able to agree on the project scope. Now, I've given you something to start with. You can then take that and build a scope out of that, right? So if you want to do requirements elicitation, maybe you want to do an interview guide, get an interview going on, or you just want to do another different type of requirement elicitation, maybe research or whatever it is, just make sure that you're able to come up with feature recommendations, come up with a simple scope document. I don't care if it's a BRD or whatever you want to call it. Just come up with a simple scope document that we can agree on to say, hey, this is what we intend to build as per what you've told us to build. So I'm giving you 3 weeks to be able to come up with that. So in those 3 weeks, you should be able to agree, at least we should be able to agree on scope. Now you can do that in 1 week. You can do it in 2 weeks. The quicker, the better, right? Once we have that scope agreed on, we'll now move into the detailed requirements where you are going to be capturing the requirements on Jira and on Confluence. And then we'll use that, move that to the design, and then design will be created. Both high fidelity designs will be created. Hopefully in week 6, we have all of that sorted. And once the design is done, we'll move into development and testing. So we will be developing as we are developing, you'll be assisting with testing activities, you'll be creating test cases. And at the end of the day, we should have a product that we should be able to use. And then you all will be able to then come on a presentation, put a PowerPoint presentation together, and be able to run us through everything you've done from the beginning to the end. Once this launches, how are you going to know if this project was successful? Is the live class participation. Now, these things you may not do, but you are able to talk about it in your interviews, like, the user satisfaction. You guys were able to measure user satisfaction post implementation, the number of repeat bookings, and these are the kind of things that you guys were looking as part of your success metrics. All right. So this is what I'll be expecting you guys to work on in the next 9 weeks. And in the 10th week, I'll be expecting a present. Now, your first week will be next Saturday, so to speak. Now, for your cohort, it's a mix of those in the UK. I have two people in the UK, which is Korede and Chikube. The rest of you are in North America. So here's the issue. The issue is, when will your project session be? Because typically our project session is on Tuesdays, 7 p.m. EST. So for people like Korede, it is going to be your 12 a.m. in the morning on Wednesday. So I want you guys to be able to agree if you guys are you guys able to, get that done? Can you guys show up on Tuesdays for your project session? Or let's start with that. Is it possible that, because it's just Korede and Chukube, so if these two people are able to join 12 a.m., we're able to just get you guys sorted, and then you guys can go. We'll deal with you first, and then you guys can go, because we know it's late on your end, right? So let me know if this is possible. Alternatively, what we can do is we can start the project section at 6 p.m. on Tuesday just for you guys. All right, 6 p.m., meaning that it's going to be 11 p.m. for Korede and Chikube, so that in 30 minutes or whatever time we have, we can review whatever you've got, give feedback, and then you guys can go. And then the main project session is going to start at 7. So that's another way we can do it. All right. So please, you guys, think about how you want to work with this. Now, the other thing that I always say is, how do you guys meet? I typically advise that you maintain the same time with the class, with the class time, because you guys have been coming to the class 12 o'clock, 12 noon every Saturday. It will make sense to keep that same time when you guys will be meeting. Okay? It will be nice to keep that same time for you guys to meet. Now, I usually have somebody that I hold responsible for the cohort. So basically, that person is going to be responsible for making sure that the team is meeting, the team is producing what they need to produce, the team is, active and getting on and working on the project. Okay, so for this particular group, Esther, I'm going to put you in charge to make sure that the group is meeting. So you need to bring the group together and ensure that they are meeting, ensure that you guys are doing what you have to do, ensure that you guys understand what you have to do. All right. And if there are any issues, you can relate that to me. Right? Any questions? Any questions?
Thank you, Mr. Miguel.
So
this
your first so we have now till the next Tuesday, not this Tuesday. I don't expect anything from you for this Tuesday, the next Tuesday. So you guys can find a time that works for you, come within yourself, chat within yourself, and come up with a time that you think works for you. Right now, let me mention that not everybody will be available. So you guys have to choose a time. Not everybody has to be there. They can always get, feedback, because if you're waiting for everybody to be available, it, it may really not be possible, right? Start with the time we use in class and maybe another extra time, maybe on Sunday. If you guys agree on Sunday, 8 p.m. or 5 p.m., so that those in the UK, it's their 10 p.m. If you guys agree on a Sunday, 30 minutes, you guys meet, you share the work, right? That's fine. But you guys need to agree on a time that you meet and then see how much you can do. So you have 3 weeks to be able to come up with a scope. Let's agree on what we're doing. Put a document together that shows that this is the scope of work we're looking to achieve, and this is the work we're looking to achieve. And then once we approve that, you can go into the next level for your requirement details. Any questions?
All right. Can you hear me?
I'm not sure I hear you.
Can you hear me, Mr. Mr. Michael?
It's a bit faint. Am I the only one? It's a bit faint. You're sounding a bit distant.
Okay, I really don't know why. I'm just trying to. But the documents you're sharing now, are you going to share with us?
Absolutely. Yes. 100%.
All right, thank you. That's what I wanted to find out. Thank you.
Okay. Any other question from anyone? Now, if you guys want to stay back and chat after this call, that's fine. I can give somebody the host. Now, let me make it clear that this link will not be available for your meetings. So you guys need to have like a Zoom link that you can use for yourselves, right? Even if it is 40 minutes or 45 minutes and the call goes off and you guys need to rejoin, that's fine. It's within yourselves, right? But this meeting link will not be available for your meetings, okay? I don't know if you guys want to stay back and have a conversation amongst yourself. Now, let me go in here. Anything that you guys, so let me go back here. Just give me a minute. Boom, boom. So anything that you guys come up with has to be put into the project folder. So this is the project folder. All your documentation has to be here. So I'm going to give you editing access. So I'm going to give you the editor access to this file. So meaning that you can add stuff here. So I'm going to copy the link and I'm going to share it on your WhatsApp group. Okay. So this meeting, I'm going to upload this meeting into the project folder. Okay, I just posted that on, okay. So I'm going to upload this meeting inside that project folder. So anything that you guys need and everything you want to do should be inside that project folder. We'll go into that project folder. Are we good? Faye, are we okay? Is this clear?
Yeah.
Is this clear?
Yes, it is.
Queenslin, is it clear?
Oh, we're okay, Michael.
Pardon?
Yeah, we are okay.
All right. Korede, are we good? Are you still on the train?
Yes, sir. We are good. We are good. We are good, sir.
All right, perfect. So I'll leave you guys. I don't know if you guys just want to quickly have a conversation amongst yourself quickly as to how you go about stuff. I will just hand over the host to Esther, and you guys can just stay on for, a short little while, and then, talk within yourselves how you want to go about this. And then I will be waiting to hear feedback from you guys. All right. Cheers, guys, and bye for now.